Hey and welcome to Neverwinter with Aragon. So the next big update for Neverwinter is just a week away, Module 28. And yes, we'll be getting a new dungeon. And we have a few details. Now the devs did go and put out a blog, but it's really not got much. I have some things to add as I did ask the devs a few questions. Ultimately, the takeaway from here is that we're going to be facing the final battle of the Light of Xerax's storyline, saving Toriel and the universe itself. If you really want to dive into the lore, I would recommend reading the Dungeons & Dragons campaign. However, with the new dungeon, the Imperial Citadel, we will need to battle in an epic ship-to-ship combat across the decks of the Moondancer and a Xeraxian vessel before we can actually enter the Citadel itself. Now we did get a quick look at what the Imperial Citadel is going to be on my teaser video, where we fight enemies in the gardens here leading up to the Temple of Light. We beat up a boss in this sort of arena here at the gates, and then entering the Citadel of Light we end up in this big place with the astral font in the middle there. We did briefly have to face Prince Xeleth here, but then we did have to just go and flee and come back with a party. Again, we don't have much more information than that from the blog. However, I did manage to get the requirements that are for the dungeon. There will be 3 different difficulty tiers, so normal at 30k item level, advanced 65k item level, and master 95k item level. I believe you can reduce all these item level requirements just by jumping into the private queue. Keep in mind, I am not sure if the Imperial Citadel will end up in the random queue. If it does, it could well end up in the normal dungeon queue, but I'm not sure what's up with the extra 5000 item level. It could very well end up in the advanced dungeon queue, which I hope. Now, before we jump to the rewards and the meta achievement reward, let's quickly cover how you will unlock the dungeon. Well, as per the word from the devs, it's going to be just like previous ways. So we're just going to have to get to the second milestone of the new campaign, Adventures in Wild Space, and you can do that by getting to 100 on the first week and then 200 on the second week, as you have that weekly haul. However, again, like previous dungeons in the past few modules, you will be able to unlock it day 1 when you purchase a head start pack. Like this, for Master Temple of the Spider, you got the 200 currency already to get to milestone 2. Same with Menzer Branson, unlocking Xemnit's Reliquary day 1, and also the Demon Web Pits, unlocking that dungeon day 1. This time around, it will be the exact same. So make sure you have 1500 Zen. You can of course get a 20% discount coupon through these celestial bags of refining, so I would recommend saving them up. The dungeon should be account-wide unlock unless it's bugged, so for safety, either wait to see if somebody else confirms or make sure you unlock it on the character you want it unlocked on. So now let's jump to the rewards. What can you expect from this new dungeon? Well, we can check the campaigns and we can see everything here. And unfortunately, the normal mode at just 30,000 item level will not have anything special. However, when you jump to the advanced mode, you just need your 65,000 item level, again 5,000 less on private queue, and you'll be able to get yourself all of this stuff. Some very high item level legendary gear here. The bonuses will vary depending on class. I recommend checking out my previous video where I covered all this gear and the bonuses. You've got some new mythic weapons, which are very good with some extra base damage, particularly valuable if you have not yet got into master content and gotten better weapons from there. And then you do have some epic rings with some, kind of meh bonuses there, not too great. And then you've got some legendary shirt and pants with some of the highest item level in the game and decent bonuses. A new artifact set, which unfortunately will be exactly like the Moondancer trial. The neck and the waist will be bound on pickup, but the artifact will be unbound, and so you'll be able to sell it. So if you do want the entire set, you will have to run the dungeon for yourself. Also means the only thing you'll be able to sell from this dungeon, unfortunately, is going to be the artifact at least from the advanced mode. Now if we jump to the master mode, we can see the rewards do change a little bit. You now have mythic armor here with upgraded mythic weapons. They're only going to be slightly better than the advanced weapons, but nonetheless pretty good with what they do. Then you have your epic rings here, some slightly different ones. Again, all of these are upgradable to mythic to get higher item level, same with the advanced ones. And then you have the same legendary shirt and pants here with the highest item level, and then the same artifact set where only the artifact is sellable. So we're going to have the same story with regards to the Moondancer trial, that there'll be nothing to sell other than the artifact, which will not maintain much of a high price because you're getting it also from advanced. So unfortunately, we're not going to get like Xemna's Reliquary, where there was this Wand of Domination artifact which could sell for millions if you were lucky to drop it. That will not be the case, and this dungeon will mainly just be there to get the rewards you need, and then you're pretty much done running it. There will not be really any way that you'll get Astral Diamonds, which is unfortunate. There's nothing to sell other than that one artifact, which of course will sell for a decent amount in the first week or so, but outside of that, it's going to end up the same price as a Spelljammer Detector artifact. However, we do have a meta achievement. If you want to be going for that, you will need to, again, be jumping in the Master Mode, 95,000 item level. Go to your journal and you will find a list of achievements you can do tied to this. Hero of the Multiverse. As per the devs, you will just get a title and a cloak. The title will most likely be the Hero of the Multiverse, and again, you'll have to achieve all of these challenges. So you're just going to have to beat it, again, on Master Mode. Perfection, so that's just Deathless. Dash, beat it within 20 minutes. Minimalist at the minimum item level, which is going to be pretty easy at just 95,000. And then we get into Pacific challenges. So beat it without star stability going above 5. We're not sure what that will be. Emperor's Bane. So defeat Prince Xeleth, breaking his shield 3 times. So yes, we know we will be facing him. We did already briefly in like the quest version of this dungeon. He didn't seem to have really anything special other than, say, this mechanic. But I'm sure he has a lot more in store. But I'm not actually sure if we will face him in this arena. This arena does have the Astral Font in the middle. But if we actually look at the achievements, we can see we'll be fighting a Zodar with the Astral Font. We need to defeat him without touching it, as you do take damage when you step into it. Other people did point out that potentially, see, the water around and from the middle might flood these quadrant sections, as we're limited to this like 3x3 square, these 9 tiles as our fighting arena. So they could potentially flood at certain periods, making it an achievement to actually not get hit by them when beating up the boss, which again is a Zodar in the achievement, which as per D&D is this aberration construct type creature. Not actually a construct. It might be in Neverwinter that you could use, say, the construct ring from the Vault of Stars, but that's something we'll have to test. And then for the other achievements, we just have to face a monster Menagerie, not killing the spiders, and not getting knocked up by a Thune Hulk. My assumption is we'll have to face the monster Menagerie here, by the Guardian, just at the gates, where we faced this Guardian in the quest version. This place does look pretty cool, and there'll probably be enemies spawning in at the different pathways, and then ultimately this is the gate leading up to the temple. Now, outside of this achievement list, and as hinted at with this dev blog, we're going to have to be in a battle with epic ship-to-ship combat across the decks of the Moondancer and Xraxian vessel before we can enter the Citadel itself. So where's that located? Well, we didn't get any sign of it in the quest version, but on the map here in the demo recording, we can see that there is a setup of ships here with the Imperial Citadel in the distance. And in this location, we have, I believe, the Moondancer here, and one of those reaction ships there and another there. So we'll have to see what happens with that. All new experiences to be had. None of it has been publicly shown yet. It has not come to the preview server to test. And it probably won't be, as there's only 1 week left. I don't really see why they would do so. So we know the first fight will be here on the ships, having a battle in epic ship-to-ship combat. The next fight here against a monster menagerie. Another fight against the boss here at the Astral Font. The Zodar as per the achievement list. And well, potentially we fight Prince Xeleth here too, but I assume we're going to be going higher in the Citadel, ending up in an area similar to this, and potentially fighting Prince Xeleth over in this arena just here. On a last note, this is Prince Xeleth here, and he does have a dragon with him, which we potentially might have to face as well. Ultimately, these were my questions to the devs, and this was the response. So unfortunately, we don't know much more than it just going to be another cloak as the reward for completing all this, along with most likely the title, Hero of the Multiverse. I would have hoped for something different than a cloak, potentially like we had with the Temple of the Spider, this armor piece, the Loth Blessed armor. Looks really cool, but it is a returning fashion piece from an armor that was available much earlier in the game. So hopefully this is all somewhat insightful and adds some news as to what is to come with regards to the new dungeon. Thank you for watching, and a massive thank you to all of these channel members. We'll see you guys around. Goodbye for now.